What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming at you with another edition of Bardo's Breakdown. Want to come on today, guys, and talk about that really impressive win at Nebraska yesterday. Um, so many different directions I could go, but there was a few things that I really pointed out that I thought were key moments in the game and showed that the Illini have a lot of poise, they have a lot of confidence, and they're very comfortable in their roles that they've been given by Coach Underwood and the staff. You know, Nebraska was really looking to get back on the winning side after losing to Michigan. I don't think they played a game between then. I think they lost to Michigan and then had hosted Illinois yesterday. And so, you know, I was really impressed with the Huskers in their loss at Michigan because they were down two of their top three scorers. Um, what's the kid's name? Frager. Hold on. Let me not mess his name up because he's tough. I like him. Braden Frager. He didn't play. Neither did Rink Mask, but they gave Michigan everything they wanted all the way down the stretch. And I thought their offense was crisp. I thought they were really good. And so, you know, when I saw that game, I was really kind of like, wow, you know, this team doesn't have two of their top three guys, and they're giving the Wolverines everything that they can handle on the road, right? And so, you know, we come to yesterday's game, and I was really excited because I know I've called 30 games in Pinnacle Bank Arena out in Lincoln, Nebraska. One of the tougher places to go get a win. It's been a house of horrors for Purdue the last few years. Very difficult, very difficult to go get a win. I believe Nebraska had an 11-game home winning streak that the Illini snapped yesterday. So outstanding job, guys. This game wasn't really that close. I know the score was 78-69, but it felt like from the pretty much the 8-minute mark, it felt like the Illini had control of the game and didn't look back. And to me, I think this game was more impressive. This win at Nebraska was more impressive than the win at Purdue. Okay? Here's why I say this. Katon he was 2 for 9 in the first half. And a lot of times freshmen will go on the road, they have a rough start, they're in a hostile environment, and they can't ever find their way. They can't get back on track. This kid is unflappable. I mean, the numbers that he's putting up, I think he's had the most points of a freshman over a three-game stretch. He's had the most over a three-game stretch in the last 20 years of a freshman. He's unflappable. Kudos to Tyler Underwood, who saw him. Tyler was scouting or something and was at an event and just saw him advance the ball up the floor. And he kind of liked his passing ability, so he started watching him more and more and, you know, was able to, you know, get him to come to Illinois. But this kid is, I mean, he was 7 of 15, 28 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2 turnovers. And he's really not coming out of the game, guys. He's played 37 minutes. I think he played similar minutes at Purdue, if not more. This kid is unflappable. You know, his talent is there. All the skill sets there, but the intangibles are, you know, I've heard Underwood say how tough he is. And I think that's what I'm seeing. It's a level of toughness that you just don't see with guys his age very often. The toughness, the poise, he's unflappable. I've seen guys try to get physical with him. It doesn't get him off his game. He just lets the game come to him, right? And so when I look back at it, I was trying to clip this up and I still got to figure out how to do this. There were certain plays that were really telling and key for me that I wanted to kind of show you, but I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and talk about it. Guys, the Illini defense, you hold a team like the Huskers to 30 second half points. They were 4 of 15 from the three-point line in the second half. They made 11 threes, did the Huskers. That was the only thing that kept them close, right? Frager was going off in the first half. I think he had 4 threes in the first half. But the defense, bro, I don't care that Rink Mass was coming off of a flu bout. Rink Mass is a grown-ass man. Like, he knows how to overcome these things. And the Illini clamped him up. He was 2 of 10 from the field. Tomislav and Big Z didn't give him anything. Nothing. He was 0 for 3 from 3, 2 of 10 from the field, and only got to the free throw line 1 time. I mean, they nullified him. They took him out. Price Sanford, he ended up with 14 points, but he took 11 shots to get him. So Yakovic's defense has improved. I know that Brad Underwood wants to get Stojakovic's mom in the building more often, because it seems as though since his mom came to watch him play, his defense has improved, and he did a damn good job on Sanford. The whole team did, because the Illini, they want to keep certain guys on certain players, but a lot of times they'll switch. And it was a total team effort, because Sanford is he's a little bit Steph Curry-ish light, because he's always moving, always. Well, he was like Keisei Tominaga. You guys remember Keisei Tominaga, the left-handed guard for Nebraska. And I mean, he would be constantly moving. That's Sanford. But the Illini did a great job in their man-to-man coverage and also in their zone defense. Okay, they gave up 11 threes in the first half. Probably not what Underwood wanted, but still in the second half, they clamped down. So to me, the Illini being the most offensively efficient team in America, top 3 rebounding team in America, best opponent's free throw rate, they're number 1 in the country. They don't foul. Very, very impressive, guys. The Illini, again, controlled the glass. And I thought the game was on the free throw line. The Illini 21 of 25 from the free throw. Huskers got to the line 5 times. They did not foul. The Illini continue to do a great job of not fouling. When I was watching the Huskers against Michigan, they were getting Sam Hoiberg layups against the front line of 7'4" Mara and Morez Johnson. The Nebraska offense is so good when you try to check them man-to-man. And the way the Illini were able to check them man-to-man, switch up zone, do different things like that. It was fantastic, guys. To the point where, hold on, let me change. Oh, here, okay. To the point where you don't typically hear Hoiberg complain about the refs. But basically what he was saying is that their offense is predicated on freedom of movement. Like they backdoor cuts, spacing, 3-point shots, dribble drive, penetration, kick to an open teammate, dribble drive in the lane, make something happen. You guys didn't see a lot of that last night, did you? I know I didn't. I saw that the Huskers made 15 threes, but outside of that, there was not much at the rim that they got, right? And so I understand where Hoiberg's coming from, but the Illini got away with it, right? If you want to slow down a Price Sanford and keep him from going off and then giving his other teammates a lot of confidence, because Rink Mask was off all night. Frager got his. He got his from the 3, but he wasn't attacking downhill like we've seen him do. You know, Frager got all his points from the 3-point line. He was 6 of 12. He took 12 shots. They were all threes. He was 6 of 12. I give him that, right? He balled out from 3-point line. But everyone else was clamped down. DeMarcus Lawrence, I think that's how you say it. Jamarcus Lawrence, yep. I mean, he was 4-9. He had 10 points, 3 assists. I mean, nothing spectacular. He was 2 of 3 from the 3. Price Sanford got 4 of 9 from 3, but outside of that, I mean, they had 4 guys in double figures, guys, but far below their season average in terms of scoring. Far below the season average in terms of assists. They had 17 assists on the night. That's not bad, but they would normally have more than that. So I tip my hat off to the Illini, man, because defensively they were in there, you know what, right? So here's some of the key plays that let me know, and these are all in the second half, that the Illini, and I wanted to cut these plays up just to show you. Wagler had if you guys remember the 1907 mark in the second half, the Illini are passing the ball around the perimeter. Nothing's really happening. Keegan gets a late pass because Ivicic gets it at the top of the key. And Tommy, I don't know what Tommy was thinking. I guess he didn't know what the clock was, or he didn't want to try to make a play, so he gave it off to Keaton. And Keaton is guarded by a guy who bumps him. He regains his composure. He gets to him. He goes through there's another defender that comes at him. He goes up with the ball to avoid a slap. Goes up with the ball, comes down and gets bumped and still gets the layup down. Could have been an and one. Didn't get the call. But I said, dang, man. This is a freshman giving the ball under 5 seconds on the shot clock. He got bumped. He regained his strength. He hit his man, went through another defender, and got all the way to the bucket as the shot clock expired. That's a pro move. That's a play that not a lot of freshmen can make, okay? Another play. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me adjust this so this thing doesn't go off until I want it to. All right, here we go. The next play that I thought was outstanding. Do you guys remember? There are 2 plays, okay? The 17-17 mark, where the ball popped like 8 times. The ball went into the post. It popped out to the 3. It went to the wing, top of the key, to the corner, back to the top of the key. A little dribble penetration to break the defense down a little bit, and a little, I think it was a skip pass to Jake Davis. He was so open, he caught a cold. I mean, that ball popped like 8 times so fast, guys, that Nebraska defense, they couldn't adjust. Jake got a wide open 3. But the play of the game, guys, the play of the game, and I know most of you missed it. Ivicic made a pass that I don't know that I've seen at any level. And I've been all over the world, guys, playing basketball, covering basketball. I covered every level there is. Maybe Jokic. You guys remember, I think it was it Humrick House? I think he tried to get the ball into Tommy, and the defense shifted really well, and it looked like it was going to be a turnover, and Tommy just slapped it. He knew exactly who was in the corner, and I can't. Was it Stojakovic that hit the? Was it Stojakovic that hit the 3? It might have. I think it was Stojakovic that was in the corner that hit this, or maybe let me make sure. No, it wasn't Stojakovic because he didn't hit a 3. It had to be Jake Davis, because I don't think it was Keaton. I don't think Keaton got that one. But there was a pass in the paint, and the defender, I think it was Jamarcus Lawrence, that got switched on to Tommy. He made a great move and looked like he was going to steal the pass. Tommy slapped it. The ball's coming in. He didn't touch it. You guys remember, but you probably didn't think about it at the time. He just slapped it right into the corner, right to the shoot. But I think it was Jake Davis. I think it was Jake, because Jake hit 3 threes. I think that was Jake. Ball went right to Jake in the corner, hit a 3. And I'm sitting there like I had to stop I got YouTube TV. That's how I watch the games. I had to stop the game and run it back. I had to see that three or 4 times, because guys, you really don't know how hard this is, how instinctive this is. He's a center. He's not a guard. You might think guards would have the creativity and the intuition to do something like this. This is Tommy. So guys, he's got to use his peripheral vision as he's fighting his defender to understand who's on the court. That is not easy to do. You're battling one-on-one with the guy, and he uses his peripheral vision to know that he's got a teammate in the corner. And for that ball to come in and smack, go back and look at it. It's at the it was at the 8:55 mark. Go back and watch it. And you'll be like, wow. And I haven't heard anybody talking about that play. That might have been the play of the game. When the Illini got that, and they got that 3, and I think they went up 4 at that juncture, they never looked back. The game, they controlled the game the whole way, right? Slowed the tempo down. Nebraska wanted to play a little bit faster. The Illini kept the tempo down to where they needed. And I think the Illini are going to play this way because Katon is going to have to play heavy minutes like this until Bam comes back, right? But guys, I'm telling you, I knew Brad was excited about this team, and I was watching him a little bit. You know, I wasn't watching him a lot. I started watching right after the Missouri game. This team has some very special intangibles. Their ability to pass the basketball might be as good as anybody in the country. The fact that they're the tallest team in the country, the fact that they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country, the fact that they're number 1 in the country at not fouling opponents, number 1 in opponents' free throw rate. You know, they don't have a lot of weaknesses, ladies and gentlemen. That, again, I'm going to say this. People probably disagree with me. That win yesterday was their best, to me, the most impressive win. Purdue, yeah, you know, I get it. Mackey Arena, I never won there. I get it. I know how tough it is to win in that building. Pinnacle Bank Arena, that's why I said they robbed the bank yesterday, because it was a whiteout. And Kevin Kugler and Nick Baugh were on. I could hear them talking about how special that atmosphere was, but you didn't even hear them in the second half. Nebraska was up. They were up 5 early in the second half. And the Illini didn't flinch. Keaton didn't change his pace. Tommy, Jake. The only one I'm really concerned with is Humrickhouse. He was over 6 last night from 3. I'm a little bit concerned with him. And I know Brad said he's improved defensively. I think their defensive scheme is doing a better job of hiding him. You know, okay, he got 3 rebounds, 2 blocks. Okay, I'll give him that. He utilized his size. He had 1 steal, 2 blocks, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist, 1 turnover. So not bad in 20 minutes, not bad. But if Ben is not hitting the 3, I don't know. But obviously they like that lineup, right? Because there was only 14 players that played the whole game. 7 for Nebraska and 7 for the Illini. So, you know, we're in the point of the season where, you know, you're looking at 8 guys max. When Bam comes back, there'll be 8 solid. And maybe Jake Davis won't get as many minutes, but this team is really good, guys. And you know, for me as an analyst, I'm trying to think what I can share with you guys to watch out for the Illini. The only thing I can think of, and Alabama kind of has the personnel. You need not 1, but you need 2 dynamic guards that can beat people off the bounce. You can't do it with just 1. I think the Illini, they figured that out. They can adjust defensively. But if you've got 2 guards that are dynamic, that can get you off the bounce, that's why I'm really looking forward to this Michigan game when they play Michigan. Not Michigan State. I don't think Michigan State's going to give the Illini many problems. I don't think they match up with the Illini well. And people will say, that's crazy because of Kohler and Cooper. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about on the perimeter, on the wing. Okay? I don't see Michigan State matching up with the Illini very well. I do see Michigan Wolverines, however, matching up with the Illini pretty well because of their backcourt depth and versatility. That's really the only team that I can see. Let me pull up Illinois' remaining schedule. I did this last week, and I should remember, but I'm in paradise, y'all. I party a little bit, so my memory isn't as good as it used to be. All right, so Northwestern at home, Michigan State next Saturday, Wisconsin, now Wisconsin might be a problem. With Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, they may pose a little bit of an issue. I don't know that they have the size up front to contend with the Illini. That might be their weakness in terms of going up against Illinois. I don't know if they have the front court or the depth to rebound with the Illini and defend like they need to against the Illini. But that'll be interesting. Indiana has dynamic guard play, but they're not big inside. I think the Illini will handle them. Southern Cal could be a problem because they've got a bunch of dudes that can go off the bounce. That they just they seek matchups and break you down. That will be a game that I believe the Illini will play a lot of zone, because I don't think that besides Baker Mazzara, and there's one other guy, he's a transfer guard, and his name is escaping me. But I think you'll see the Illini play a lot more zone against them. I'm not scared of UCLA. I don't see them pose any problem. And then Michigan and Champaign, February 27th. Oregon at home, Maryland on the road. I don't see those being problems. So Michigan State it'll be tough because it's in the Breslin Center, and Michigan State's going to bring it. And the Illini, I haven't seen them really have an off night in their last 11 wins. In this 11-game win streak, they really haven't had an off night. So Michigan, maybe Wisconsin, obviously Michigan State. Excuse me. Those appear to be the last really things that I would be concerned with. But all in all, this is a damn good team, guys. Watch every game. I keep telling you, I've told you that last week. Watch every game. This team is really, really good. Nebraska's for real and a great team. It speaks volumes for the progress line made. Yep. I agree. MCD Shy, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. You're right. They don't fear the big stage or the big moment. And the thing is, they're doing it with a freshman at the point guard, guys. This crop of freshmen, this year's freshman class is unbelievable. I said it's the best freshman class in the last 15, 20 years. It might be the best ever, because it's not only star-studded, it's deep. There are a lot of good, really good freshmen that will have their names called in the NBA draft this year. A lot of them. It's crazy, guys. Thank you, like it is 2023. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Okay, so Davis hit that shot. Thank you. Davis hit that shot from the slap pass from Ivasic, man. Great play. Great play. Okay, Ben seems to hit the three-pointer when the shot clock is waning or someone is draped all over him, but the wide open three, he just seems to always miss. You know what? You may be right, because the easiest three to take is the one when the shot clock is running down, because you don't have any decision to make. You just catch and let it go. So you might be spot on there. Yeah. So guys, I'm really impressed with this team. Obviously, I don't want to jinx them and just like overlook the opponents, because you can never do that in the Big Ten. You guys know that. Was it last year or a couple years ago when USC came into Champaign and popped the Illini, and Brad knew it in shoot around? He said he could see it. He knew they weren't ready to play, and it was like a noon game, and USC came in and put it on them. Is there a possibility for that? Yeah, of course. Indiana and Champaign, natural rivalry game. The way that Indiana shoots the basketball, if Illinois has an off night and they're not ready to play, that's a noon game on a Sunday, right? National CBS game. Maybe watch out. I'm a little bit of I'm not concerned with UCLA. They don't scare me at all. Their personnel on paper seems to be good, but they don't seem to have gotten it together. USC, that's a Wednesday night a 9 p.m. Central start. Well, it's 7 o'clock West Coast, so they'll be fine. But USC could be an issue. Watch out for that game. Wisconsin, they'll be ready to play, but I'm just saying Blackwell and Boyd can go for 30 each. They have that ability. That would be one I'd watch. Indiana, 3 point. I just think I think the Illini will bludgeon them in the paint, though. I don't think Indiana can guard the Illini in the paint. No to Oregon, no to Maryland, Michigan, obviously. But guys, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 games in the regular season. That's off to the Big Ten tournament. So, things to watch out for. Maybe Keaton getting hitting a wall, a freshman wall, because he's playing heavy minutes. But the staff is aware of that, and the way that let's see how the games are spaced out. So they got a fair Wednesday. I thought, okay, that's not bad. Sunday to Wednesday, that's not bad. Wednesday to Saturday, and there's travel involved. The toughest turnaround, though. Well, the toughest turnaround will be at Michigan State, a 7 o'clock Saturday tip. Coming back home, well, that's not bad. Tuesday, they really don't have. They've got it spaced out fairly well, because their bye week comes after they get back from Los Angeles. So they'll have a full 6 days to prepare for Michigan. So they were really fortunate on the scheduling there. So that's a nice break. But you look at from January 29th, the Thursday home game from Champaign to they've got them bunched in there a little bit. Thursday, the win over at Washington. Sunday, yesterday, the win. Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. Yeah, that Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. So maybe watch for fatigue a little bit. February 7th at Michigan State, February 10th in Champaign. Then they get a little bit of a breather before they host Indiana on Sunday. So Tuesday to Sunday, they get a little bit of breather. But this appears to be the toughest stretch in terms of schedule-wise for the Illini the rest of the season. Okay? And I know that obviously Brad and his staff are well-versed in that. They'll understand how to rest Keaton, because he's really the one that's playing the most minutes. No one else. Let me make sure. I don't think anyone else played more than 30 minutes yesterday. Hold on. Let me pull up this box score one more time, because I just want to make sure that I got my number. I don't think anyone else played more than 30 minutes. No, that's not right. Mirkovic, 33 minutes. Ivasic, 32 minutes. So maybe until Bam comes back, you're going to get a couple guys that are in the low 30s, but Keaton is up there. And he's probably not practicing. They're probably resting him, letting him rest his legs, because the kid's unflappable. And see, 2 turnovers in 37 minutes, guys, at Nebraska. Let me see how many turnovers he had against Purdue. 2 turnovers in 37 minutes, guys. That's hard to do. That is hard to do. Let me go back, see what they did at Purdue, because I thought he was going to sleep for 2 days. Guys, 46 points, 39 minutes, 3 turnovers. This kid is unflappable. He's unflappable. I can't say enough about him. That was the easiest 20. What do you have? 29 yesterday. That was the easiest damn 29 I've ever seen. Kid makes it look easy, guys. He makes it look easy. He's a pro, and I've been going back and reading and watching reading articles and watching video to get more up to speed on what they think of him and what they talk about, what they say. Let's see. Let me see how many minutes he played against Washington. 38 minutes. So he's 39, 38, and 37 minutes. He's not coming out of the game. He's 7 for 13. He was 7 for 15 yesterday, 29 points. 7 for 13, 22 points. 13 to 17, 46 points. Kid's unflappable, man. He's unflappable. And the composition and the chemistry of this team that Brad has put together, I tip my hat. I can only tip my hat because see, guys, you all watch things. I watch very subtle intangibles. And so I like to see when the Illini get down on the road, how they handle it. Unflappable. They stay the course. They just keep balling. They just keep balling. Their rebound numbers show up. They keep balling. They don't foul. They don't put the opposing team on the free throw line. That's a Nebraska team, guys, that got to the line 5 times at home. At home. This was one of the last undefeated teams in the country. This Nebraska Huskers team. And at home, you only get to you only shoot 5 free throws. So Hoiberg can be upset about the officials. And I love Fred. I love Fred more than probably any coach in the league outside of Izzo. Because Izzo's my man. We go way back. But Hoiberg, when you have to complain to the officials, not complain, but when you make a remark like he did in the post-game press conference about the officials, that lets you know how good the defense is for the Illini. Because everybody's holding and grabbing in the Big Ten. Hell, Nebraska's holding and grabbing on defense. Everybody is. But when you've got a coach like that he doesn't normally do that. He doesn't. Fred is pretty. He's pretty. I'm going to stick to my team. I'm going to praise the other team for their effort. I'm going to stick to my team. He doesn't talk much about that. So to me, that was like, wow, that's another indication of how good defensively the Illini are. And so for a team that's the tallest team in the country, guys, you think that they might be susceptible foot speed wise. But the way that they incorporate the zone defense and mix in the man-to-man, they're doing a hell of a job. And that's pretty much all I can say is that I'm impressed. I'm trying to nitpick and see where I'm trying to give you guys something to watch out for. Watch the Wisconsin game. Because Blackwell and Boyd, they may go off. And if they can break the defense down and get into the lane and whatnot, that might play into what the Illini want you to do, because I know they want you to take tough twos. And it's real hard getting to the rim on the Illini. Unless they can get Nolan Winter and Greg Gard does a great job of inverting the bigs. The bigs are very comfortable on the three. The guards are very comfortable going into the paint. They're going to have to come up with a special formula against this Illini team, because if they can't pull Tommy and Big Z, Humrickhouse, Mirkovic, if they don't have a scheme to pull them away from the bucket and allow Blackwell and Boyd to get downhill, it'll be a long night for the Badgers. But that's the game, the Wisconsin game, the USC game, because they've got some dynamic guards, the Michigan game. Now, Michigan State has dynamic guard playing Jeremy Fears. He's playing as well as anybody in the league. He could be, outside of Keaton, he could be Big Ten Player of the Year right now. Could be, the way he's been playing. I think last week he was Big Ten Player of the Week, I believe. But when you take away Jeremy Fears, the freshman with I think he's Nigerian, light-skinned black kid, long arms, he's pretty good. I'm not worried about him. What's the other guard? The kid Fort, who they brought in from Sanford. He really hasn't been a factor. He can score, but he hasn't played much, so he hasn't earned Izzo's respect. But those are really the only guards and teams that I would be worried about against this Illini team. Because if you really don't have dynamic guard play that can get in the paint, get to the foul line. If you can't get to the foul line against Illinois, you're not beating them, because Illinois is going to get to the line. Katon is going to get to the line at least 10 times. He's got the ball in his hands the majority of the half court possessions. He's going to get to the line. Big Z, Ivicic, Mirkovic, they're going to put pressure on you at the rim. They're going to offensive rebound the hell out of the rock. And that's going to put pressure on opposing teams. So, yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. I'm looking forward to that Northwestern game, because I think that the Illini might smash them, and my nephew might get some clock, Phoenix Gill. But I don't see Northwestern having anything. Maybe they go zone, but then the Illini will shoot you out of that. And I don't think Northwestern likes to play a lot of zone. They're a hardcore pack line defense, man to man. But I don't see a scenario where Northwestern would even be competitive in this game. Yeah. So hold on. Oh, we got a lot more here. Oh, what's up, Chad? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you on here. Thanks for tuning in. Good. Well, I don't know now. I don't know. That 2005 team was pretty damn good, guys. Come on now. That 2005 team was undefeated to the last regular season game of the Big Ten Conference at Ohio State. I called that game. That was this is a really good team. I don't know, guys. We got to wait and see. That's high praise, though. MC McCullough, thanks for tuning in, man. You call not playing 3 minutes of a game a break? I wouldn't call that a break, right? Because Mirkovic at running the point, they can get away with that for a few possessions, but that's not something that they can really rely on. That's why Katon has to play so many minutes. When Bam comes back, they may drop his minutes a little bit, but they may not. We'll see how his body responds to this minutes management. We'll see. Hey, Kara, I don't know that I've seen you on here before. If this is your first time on Bardo's Breakdown, welcome. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for your kind words. I appreciate it. Okay, Chad, you want to see the Ivicic brothers out there more. Okay, here's the thing, though, Chad. It's really personnels and matchup. So if you have both of them on the floor at the same time, okay, let's look at Northwestern. So Northwestern plays. Boy, you guys can really tell that I'm not. Hold on, you can tell that I'm like rusty as all get out, because Martinelli, Nick Martinelli. So if Tommy or Big Z is guarding Martinelli, he can get them in foul trouble. He's a tough matchup. And I think they have a Renton Page playing the 5. He's a little bit undersized. But if you have the brothers on the floor at the same time, you've got to have the right opposing personnel to have them okay. Martinelli is too dynamic at the 4, in my opinion, to have them both on the floor at the same time. Just my opinion. Let me see who else the Illini have coming up. And I'll look at their personnel and see where I think the Big Z and Thomas Law can play at the same time. Northwestern would be a tough matchup. Now, Michigan State might work, because sometimes you see Kohler and Cooper on the floor together. Sometimes, not a lot. That would be perfect for them. 2 big lineup. Michigan will be perfect for them. Morez Johnson, Adai Mara, perfect. Who else? UCLA, Tyler Bilodeau is a tough matchup at the 4. So is Eric Daly. Those guys are kind of undersized 4s. Those are more difficult matchups. But to me, what's the freshman from UCLA? Trent is really playing well. Dent is a really good point guard. Those two guys can shoot the 3. Bilodeau can shoot the 3. I don't know if you can see the two big lineup against them. Oregon possibly. I don't even know if Biddle is back because he's been injured. But I don't think Oregon has size, and I haven't really even seen Maryland. So it's tough, Chad. You gotta have the right matchup to let these guys go like that with the two big lineup. Okay. Okay. Oh, so I was talking about, you called a volleyball pass. I call it smack, because volleyball indicates this, the bump or the set. It was one hand. It was a smack, just like that, almost like table tennis, because it was coming right to Jamarcus Lawrence, and he just smacked it right out of his hands, right to his teammate. Unbelievable play, best play of the game. Might be one of the better plays I've seen. I said Nikola Jokic maybe can make that play. There's not many people who can make that play. Yeah, Chad, I talked about it earlier. I was talking about it ad nauseum because if people were on earlier, they'll tell you I was talking about that for a good 5 minutes. Yeah, Petrovic has been dealing with that since the summer, I believe. Yeah, he's dealing with that, and he missed the whole summer. So when players miss a summer in this high level of college basketball, they're going to struggle. That's all there is. Thoughts on the talk of the dirty plays Jeremy Fears made during the Michigan game. I'm not a Michigan State hater. I think Izzo's a hell of a coach. Just seeing some of the field worried about Wagler. I'm not worried about Keaton. I'm not worried about him at all. The thing is, guys, I've seen Mirkovic, like, he thought there was a scrum, he gets right in the middle of it. Tomislav is not afraid to throw hands. Big Z will throw hands or hit somebody. These guys, I'm not worried about Keaton, because these guys, they'll get their revenge. If there's a dirty play on Keaton, they'll be fine. Don't worry about them. They'll be okay. Trust me. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, Dent at UCLA. You know why, Binkley? Because Mick Cronin. I don't have to be politically correct, because I'm not working for a network now. Mick Cronin is a maniac. He's a Napoleon-sized maniac. I would never play for Mick Cronin. He's a cool dude to talk to, but to play for, oh, he's terrible to me, because he's just he's cursing at him, he's berating him, and I don't like that style. Now, get after a guy when he needs it, right? But just don't put a guy in the doghouse and embarrass him. And I don't like that. I don't like the way Mick Cronin coaches. That's why Dent can't shoot, because he's got Cronin in his ear. That's why he can't shoot. Trust me. Yeah, Chad, that's a great question. And the way that they're playing, he wouldn't get much time anyway if he came back. I don't know whether they'd fit him in the lineup. You guys remember now, once teams get in the Big Ten Conference, it's Michigan State will play 10 players, but pretty much everybody else sticks to about Hoiberg. Well, no, because they only played 7 last night. Pretty much you're down to an 8-man rotation. And so when Bam comes back off injury, if Ty were to come back, I don't think that he'd get much time, guys. because he really doesn't fit in this scheme. Think about it. Everybody Illinois puts on the floor can shoot the three. That's not his thing. So I don't know that even if he came back, I don't know that he'd get that much playing time. Now, see, this is a good question, okay? And the only teams that I think, you heard me say it earlier, dynamic guard play. But you need dynamic guard play and you need crazy athleticism up front. Those are the two characteristics of teams that I think could give Illinois problems. I didn't say they beat Illinois. I said they would give them problems. You have to compete on the glass. You have to get in the paint. You got to collapse the Illini defense. You got to make them do some different things. If you're sitting around, jacking around, throwing the ball on the perimeter and not attacking the rim, you're not going to have much success. And yes, you're going to get your shot thrown back several times, if not more. But you got to keep going to the rim. That's one of the staples of the Illini defense this year. Why they've been so good. You go early and you see that shot thrown back a few times, and you hear the coach talking about get to the rim, and you like, yeah, whatever, man, right? But you got to have guys that can go in there and challenge Big Z, challenge Tommy, challenge Humrickhouse at the rim, and keep coming. That's what you have to have. There are not a lot of Big Ten teams that can do that this year. They get discouraged early and they stop going in there. And now you're shooting floaters, you're shooting 14-footers, 15-footers that are contested. That's exactly what the Illini want. So it's gonna take one of these top 10 teams to have it be an issue for the Illini. Anybody outside of that, I don't see them having a problem with them. Yeah, I mentioned this. Wagler's got, in the last 3 games, I think he's got more points than any freshman, I believe, in the last 20 years. Yeah, they got a special group. Oh, Larry Bird. Chad, I know the play you're talking about. When he was handling basketball, he did like this and then hit it. Something similar, but it wasn't in the lane, and he's fighting off another defender. Lawrence's hands were damn near on the basketball, and here comes a slap. Right over the it was Mirkovic that hit the 3 in the corner? I thought it was Davis. Okay. Yeah, no, man, it was crazy. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Okay, so I'm a little clairvoyant here. Okay. Yeah, Humrickhouse. Come on, Chad. He called him Bumrick. That's funny as hell. Bumrickhouse. I haven't heard that one. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, he hadn't shot the ball since he came from Evansville. Ben has not been the player that he was advertised as being. And I get it. Everybody can't make that transition from Evansville, from the Missouri Valley to the Big Ten. Marcus Domask really spoiled the Illini fan base and the Illini coaching staff. Because Humrickhouse, I never thought he was a player at the Big Ten level. But, as long as he's blocking shots, rebounding the basketball, not turning it over, and if he takes a shot when he's open, I got no problem with it. I think he played 20 minutes last night. That's not going to hurt the Illini. His 20 minutes won't hurt the Illini. As long as he's doing the other things. He got a steal. He got 2 blocks, 3 rebounds, right? As long as he's doing those, I'm okay with him. But if you're 0 for 6 and you're not contributing anywhere else, then, let somebody else have a shot. UConn was the only team that out-rebounded us, and we lost that one. Okay. Charles Colbert. Good to see you, Charles. Thanks for tuning in. How does Boswell's return change the line. I don't think it changes much. They might be a little quicker because Bam likes to advance the basketball a little bit quicker. So they might be a little bit quicker. But you're going to see Bam and Katon on the floor a lot together. So I think it will make the Illini play quicker. Bam is the best defender. Show me a defender that's better than Bam in the Big Ten. I'll wait. But I think Bam on-ball defender is probably the best defender in the Big Ten. He's certainly top 3. So how will it change when Bam comes back? Bam's going to take the opposing team's best perimeter player. I don't care if they're 6'8". I don't care if they're 5'11". Bam will be on him. And it will allow the Illini to do some things that be even more dynamic on the defensive end. On the offensive end, Bam can break down the defense. Katon can break down the defense. So you're going to see more. I believe you'll see more paint touches and kicks for 3 or paint touches getting all the way to the rim. I think you'll see more of that when Bam comes back. That'll be the difference. But Bam, he'll make the ball pop like the ball's been popping. He won't slow it down. It just make them more dynamic even, is my opinion. That's a good question, Chad. Let me look up the Wolverines' remaining schedule to see. Michigan. Here we go. Because I'm probably not going to be able to tell you, Chad, just by looking at this, but I want to look at their schedule because I haven't looked at Michigan State's schedule, Nebraska's remaining schedule, or Wisconsin's. Because the remaining schedules of where they're played obviously has a lot to do with how many wins are going to win the Big Ten. So Michigan, Penn State at home, Ohio State on the road, Northwestern on the road, UCLA at home, Purdue on the road. That's going to be obviously a tough challenge. Duke at Washington, D.C. has nothing to do with Big Ten, but I didn't know they were playing Duke. Interesting. Duke likes to schedule Big Ten teams late in the season, see where they are. Minnesota at home, at Illinois, at Iowa, and home against Michigan State. So they've got a challenging one to finish up. So they're 10-1. Let's look at the Big Ten standings. Hold with me, guys. Let me pull up the Big Ten standings here. And I'll take my guess at it. Let's see, standings. All right. So we got I would say the Big Ten winner is going to have 3 losses. Just from historical standpoint, I'm just saying 3 losses. So 15 and what is it? 15 and 3? Yeah, 15 and 3. Let's just say 14. Because I don't think that I could be wrong. I don't think Michigan and Illinois are going to run away from Nebraska, Michigan State, and Purdue. I don't think they're going to run away from them. There's just not enough depth in the Big Ten this year. It's not like it has been the 2 years previous to this one. The depth is not there. So there are off nights this year in the Big Ten. And so certain teams will, almost be penciled in for wins. So I'd say 15. I'd say 15 conference wins will get you a Big Ten championship. Yeah, Chad. I mean, but here's the thing. They can score 100, but is that the most effective way for them to win? we want to see the Illini get into a rhythm like they have in this 11-game win streak where they're playing the game. So the Purdue game was a little bit more up-tempo. So they're scoring. Nebraska, you want to slow them down. Okay? Wisconsin can score. So that game might be that game might be in the upper 80s, right? USC likes to score. Michigan State likes to push it. But I think that the Illini's tempo is not fast. I haven't looked up their Ken Palm numbers in a while, but their tempo is probably in the middle of the pack of the Big Ten. So can they score if it's a shootout? Of course. But I think the Illini, I think their sweet spot is in the high 70s, high 80s, in between that range. I think that's their sweet spot. Yeah, I guess you guys are coming on a little bit later. Rudo, we were talking about that. Best pass I've seen this year. Best pass I've seen in college basketball, maybe ever. Seriously. And I've seen a lot of basketball. Haven't seen a pass that good in that situation. The kid's unflappable. He's just unflappable. Okay, Ty could take minutes away from Ben, but Ben still has the ability to knock down a three. Everybody in America knows that Ty is not looking to shoot threes. He's gotten better at it. He was practicing at it. It's still not his thing. That's Ben's thing. Ben catches, he's letting it go. That's spreading the defense out. If Ty's in the game and they suck back on him, that's really going to clog up what the Illini do defensively, right? I mean, offensively. That would clog up what the Illini do offensively. Okay. So the Illini, well-deserved. But Chad, everybody's bench is down about two guys now, 2 or 3 players. That's what it is in February. That's a good question, Chicago fan. I'm not sure. Good question. But it's going to be fascinating to see when they both come back, because NCAA championship teams, a lot of them have 2-point guards, guys. A lot of them have 2 dynamic guards that can get you into your offense, can go get you a bucket, can break down the defense and make a play. The Illini will have that when Bam comes back. So 2-point guards is crucial, guys. Houston, I believe Duke, Arizona, UConn, who else am I missing? These teams, a lot of these teams have 2-point guards and get it done. Purdue really has 2-point guards, but Braden Smith is so good, he never comes out of the game. But CJ Cox could be an effective point guard for Purdue. He can get it done. I'm missing somebody. Let me think out of the Big 12. Texas Tech has Anderson, but I haven't really seen another point guard with dynamic ability like Anderson on Texas Tech. BYU has decent guard play, but Richie Saunders is more of a 2. He had 33 at Kansas, but he's a 2. He doesn't really handle the 3. So I think that'll, it'd be interesting to see. Saint Dominic's Rosary, he was being held. Stojakovic was grabbing him. And it's okay, but everybody grabs everybody. That's my point. You might not have seen it, but it's part of Big Ten defense. It's part of college basketball at this level. You're gonna get held. You're gonna get held up. When people know that you fly off screens and that you're great with movement, what are they gonna do? They're gonna cut down your movement. And so maybe Price could have gotten a couple calls. Maybe. I don't know. But he was, but that's Big Ten, that's Big Ten defense. Hey, Almighty Five, they're gonna have a chance. This team's gonna have a chance to beat whoever's gonna be in front of them in the tournament. They're gonna have a chance. You guys know they're gonna get quality teams. It's all gonna play out, guys. You don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about them right now. Enjoy the ride, because this looks like a Big Ten championship team to me. Looks like a Big Ten championship team to me. Gig in the world, you're right. You're right. You know what? Because gig in the world, now the guys can't do what we used to do in those scenarios. I would take my offhand and close it and just let it drop. And you hear that sound? That's somebody's future when you're getting held. You hit them in the groin. Just sneak. Can't do it. It's hard to do it now. There's so many cameras. There weren't that many cameras when I was playing. But now there's overhead cameras. There's, I think, BTN. Fox may use five cameras now. BTN uses 4 or 5. On the big national games, there might be 6 or 7. There's a lot of cameras. But you got to find a way when guys are grabbing you and holding you to get their attention. Maybe you take a foul and you act like you're going for a pass, and you use your elbow and start at the sternum and come all the way up, just like that. Like you're trying to catch a pass and you just come through a dude and you crack his jaw and you bust his nose at the same play, but you act like you're getting the ball. So they may call a foul on you, but believe me, the defender next time knows, okay, if I grab him again, I'm gonna get my snot box busted. Won't happen again. So you're right. Adjust. You're right. When Big Z is in there, teams can't defend the third. Yep, we saw another one last night, didn't we? Threw right on the top of the defense, on top of somebody's head. I agree. I think they're the front runner now. When you go to Purdue and you go to Nebraska and get wins, if they go to the Breslin Center, yeah, I think they'll win the title. I think because this team has a pro demeanor about it. They resemble a pro team because they don't flinch. Like the only time you see them showing a lot of emotion is when they do something well. Andre Stojakovic, he kind of wears his stuff on his sleeve. His body language gets bad. Like he'll drop his head. And I see Orlando Antigua or Jeff Alexander talking to him, trying to pump him up, trying to keep his emotions elevated. He's the only one on the team that I see where his body language shifts a little bit. The rest of them, you can't tell whether it's their birthday or they just got punished. You can't tell. So their demeanor, their composure is that kind of like of a pro basketball team. They just don't flinch. Regardless of what happens to them, they just kind of play. They figure it out. They work the hot hand. They work the mismatch. If they shoot, they miss, they get the rebound. They come back on defense. They don't foul. They only give you one shot. And they're long. They're just long. What looks open, and when they shift to help defensively, it ain't open no more. And so they get this Wisconsin game at home and that game on the road at the Breslin Center. I think they'll be the front runners for the Big Ten championship. Yep. Let me see. Let me get to somebody that I hadn't gotten to yet. I think so, St. Dominic. There's generally a rule in basketball that you don't lose your starting position due to injury. But I don't know. Guys, I mean, those are two outside of Wisconsin going and beating Michigan at Michigan. Those are two of the best wins in the Big Ten this year. Two of the best. I think he'll come back, but now Jake's confidence is up. He's gotten a lot of playing time. He's gotten starter minutes. So I don't think it really matters. When Boswell comes back and he starts, I don't think it matters. Oh, of course. You know, that's part of Tom Izzo's teams. Physicality, that's what they do, right? So I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised at all. It's going to be great, though, man. See, this is what Big Ten basketball is all about, right? Yesterday, a packed Pinnacle Bank Arena. They had a whiteout, and they went home disappointed. The sweetest sound in college basketball is when a crazy, raucous crowd, you can hear a rat pissing on mice. It's so quiet in there. Best sound in college basketball. Hands down. Hands down. Okay, Jay Grove. I don't know if I've seen you before. Good to see you on here. Thanks for tuning in. What would you think if we see Ty come back to play the Michigan game at home? I mean, I love Ty. And I know how hard it is when you're a player and you want to be out there helping your team and you can't play. So I don't know. But guys, I don't know that you put Ty in the lineup. Maybe if he gets back healthy and you get foul trouble, possibly. But outside of that, I don't know where he's going to play. Oh, my man Tom's always on the refs. He's all over the refs. This is true. It's a blessing in disguise for both the Illini and Marez Johnson, right? Marez is having a great year. He fits their scheme. He didn't fit what the Illini were doing. But Marez is so talented, I think he would have developed into a pretty good three-point shooter. But I'm glad that it's worked out both ways. Because I was really upset when he transferred. Because along with the Illini fan base, he was a fan favorite of mine as well. I just love how hard the kid plays. He just plays hard. So I'm happy for him. And I'm happy for the Illini. Dang, we going an hour and 7 minutes. Y'all got me having so much fun. I forgot how much time it was here. All right, guys, I think I got to everybody's questions. Thank you so much. And if you're watching this on a replay, put your questions in. I'll come back and check, and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. Okay? Again, guys, watch this team. Enjoy them. This is a special team. Okay? They put themselves as the front runner to win the Big Ten title. And I know Cows basketball doesn't think much of conference titles. Bullshit. A Big Ten title means something. Can't ever take that away. You'll always be Big Ten champs, and you Illini fans know how special that is. When you welcome back those Big Ten championship teams, that's a special feeling. So enjoy the ride, enjoy the games, pull for them as hard as you can, and go Illini. All right, guys, you have a great rest of your week. Again, for those that are watching the replay, put your questions in. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. All right, guys. Love you all. Thanks for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. And until next time, holla, y'all.